Well, welcome. This is the A Baby's Breath podcast, the Story of a Baby's Breath podcast. I'm your host, Jared Patota, and I'm joined again with my mom, Karen Patota, and we're at the Jeffersonville Golf Club today. Why are we here today?
For the golf outing.
For the golf outing, yes. So you mentioned in the last podcast that golf outing is one of your fundraisers for A Baby's Breath. And it helps with the Independence Program. Do you want to talk about what this event today is all about, or what people do at an event like today?
So the golf outing was how we started our housing program. We had very expensive costs for transitioning a convent. So we had to raise a lot of money, and the golf outing was how we did that. That took 2 years to raise the cost to transition the Sacred Heart Convent from being, it was a daycare center, the last it was used, to being able to accommodate housing. But then after that, we had a group of golfers that really liked to raise money for A Baby's Breath. So we started something called an Independence Program, and it's a financial disbursement program because we help clients before, during, and after crisis pregnancy. So it helps, they come to us with why it's a crisis pregnancy, why it's not a good time to be pregnant. And we have something called a baby store program going through the pregnancy. When they reached kind of a point of stability in their lives and they're ready for some additional help with finances, we have an independence board that helps them disperse money, actual money, for the goals that they're achieving.
Okay. So the Independence Program, that's sort of a stipend, right, of cash flow for whatever purposes a new family or a new person in crisis needs to help them out with their livelihood. I guess what type of case qualifies you for an independence program?
So it comes right now, we're trying to expand the program a little bit more, but they're initially with us because it's not a good time to be pregnant. They determine the goals that they'd like to try and achieve with the added stability of more money coming in. So the board helps them evaluate their credit situation, build budgets, and then establish tangible goals that once they achieve them, they get a financial disbursement. And right now, the current disbursement is $2,500 up to $2,500 a year for 4 years.
Okay. And say, someone comes to your door and says, I need free money. Can I just get it by asking? Like, how do you put that cap on them?
We're a goal-oriented organization. So if they need to finish their school or move into a permanent home, or it's an individual thing, resolve their credit issues. There's things that have led their life to be in crisis. So our volunteers will help establish these goals, and then those goals get transitioned over into the Independence Program, where they'll get baby dollars and money for achieving their goals.
Gotcha. Okay. And now, so that's the purpose of this event today. Talk a little bit more about what runs this event. Talk about what type of people do you need for it.
So Jim and Megan Murnane are the co-chairs of the golf outing committee. They require people to do innumerable little tasks, from setting up the day of the event to sending out a mailing to processing the donations, and
Okay, so they give you most of the marketing, the promotion of the event, and then they also receive all the funds for the event.
Well, we have a separate marketing company that will put things up on our social calendars on Facebook and Instagram, and now Spotify.
Gotcha. I know I got a letter in the mail saying the golf outings this year. Make sure you sign up. Is that something that
That's a part of the golf outing committee, yeah.
Okay. So it's sort of a separate committee to deal with this type of event. So another segment of the organization that's branched off.
Right. Well, marketing is across the organization to communicate to clients who need our help, to donors who like our cause and want to give to it. The golf outing committee is mainly focused on PRing for the outing itself.
How many people total do you think you need to run this type of event?
For the golf outing, I
like-
would say about 20.
20? Okay. So you would need your organization started up more if you were thinking about an event like golf outing. And
It's an excellent way to raise a lot of money when you need capital. We have Run for Lifes that we started the first of Baby's Breath with, and that's just not as, you can't take it, well, maybe you can, but the most we ever raised with one Run for Life was, I believe, about 20,000, where the golf outing, I think last year was 50,000.
wow. Any word how well this one's doing?
Not at all.
Not at all. Well, it stinks the helicopter drop is no longer going to happen because there's a former president at the time of this recording who's in the area. But yeah, a lot of people seem to like this place and come back every year because they like the golf. I, on the other hand, have only golfed a handful of times, less than 5, and it's been miserable every single time.
I think most of the people are not professional that come here.
That's true.
They are here specifically to help
a
mothers,
baby.
fathers, and families in a crisis pregnancy.
So even if you don't golf, you can still support the cause. Okay. And any people you think would be worthwhile to speak to for today?
Well, definitely Jim and Megan Murnane. They have 4 children, and you know that's the winning secret of a baby's breath is people that don't have a lot of time sacrifice their spare time to give to other families that need our help.
Okay. So then, hopefully over the course of these interviews, people will see from these videos that people who give their time, you know, they're not the person that's got plenty of free time. It's usually someone who at the last minute says, okay, I got 2 hours in a week and I can give a little bit of this time here. And if you have 20 people who can say, I can give a little bit here, you can have a golf outing.